Okay, hi guys, this is just a little tester to see whether I can manage to make you a lecture and upload it to our OneNote classroom. So we're starting off on page 102, which is this little description that Blanche gives that tells us about her fixation with death. Okay, so she starts off talking about the sea. I can smell the sea air. The rest of my time I'm going to spend on the sea. Okay, so symbolically the image of the sea is interesting. It's a very vast and powerful image, and it could also represent death, but potentially the sea could also symbolically represent liberation. This is a very detailed description that Blanche gives throughout here, and she goes on to talk about how the grape this one unwashed grape might kill her, and how then she'll end up being buried at sea. The fact that it's so detailed here potentially shows us her fixation with death. And again, fitting in with the idea of kind of fantasy and illusion, potentially it's a fantasy form of escape for her. Okay, we know that she feels that she's trapped in the apartment, and death is a form of escape. Of course, the fact that it's really detailed and quite an extravagant description of what could possibly happen to her from eating one unwashed grape, that's obviously clearly showing us her mental instability as well. We talked last lesson about how there was this kind of sense of funereal finality in this scene, and obviously this description of her death that she gives us links into that, and the fact that she talks about being buried at sea gives us a sense of foreboding. She also comes back to this image of blue that we talked about last lesson, and she talks about diving into an ocean as blue as my first lover's eyes. So we're reminded of Alan again, and of Alan's death, and of how death has permeated her life. Okay, that's the first little clip. I'm going to see if I can upload that, and if that works, I will make you a lecture for the rest of the scene.